Hello and welcome to BeamNG.drive. Today I'm going to take a look at the Chaos mod. This mod adds some interesting features. For example, accelerating player vehicles and traffic vehicles, enabling the force field both pushing away and pulling towards the player vehicles such as vehicles and rocks and stuff like that, the exploding nearby vehicles, the dropping of objects such as rocks, vehicles and props. But there is a little problem with props, is that it spawns also the huge things, like the huge hammer wheel or the cannon that fires vehicle, and then the speed mod. This is an easy mod to set up. For example, now I already enabled the drop objects, and I have put 100, which is the maximum of rocks, even though if you click or if you type, you can still put a bigger number. But the base is 100. The object type, which is rock, props, vehicles or simple vehicles, because the only difference is that vehicles are fully detailed vehicles and the frames get destroyed, because they also get destroyed, so there are parts and debris and all that stuff. You can put the radius of the dropping, which is up to 100 meters. I think this is the same as the object count. You can put the number you want, but it's not necessary to be that big. The drop height, still another detail that doesn't change that much. And the duration of the item, and then they despawn. Anyway, since I increased the number, I'm gonna do apply and close. It will take some time, and then since I'm paused, I unpause the game, and let's see the rock drop on me and the traffic vehicles. So I'm going to try to drive a little bit, trying to dodge rocks. That little rock already did a lot of damage to my Wendover. Ah, that hurts. Okay, but I still work, so I'm happy. Let's see. Ah, I have steering issues. Okay, watch out for these rocks. Ah, it's difficult because these rocks sometimes bounce, sometimes they don't, and when they bounce, they are even more unpredictable because it's not a pattern. Sometimes they do jump high, bounce high, sometimes they do a little bit of a bounce, sometimes they go to a direction, sometimes they bounce in place and you smash them with your vehicle and you get stuck. So you wait for it to despawn and then you can go. Now I can't go anywhere, so fix the vehicle and then try to drive a little bit more while watching the rocks falling. Also on the traffic. I lost the steering. Oh my god. Ah, okay. Ah, ouch. Ooh, that was close. Exhaust damage, so we got a loud Wendover. Ooh. Go, 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 go. Don't stop. Ah. Oh no, it destroyed the engine. The difficult thing is that the faster you go, the more difficult is going to avoid the rocks that drop right in front of you. But if you go slow, you get it as well, so it doesn't change anything. You will die anyway, in this situation at least. So, let's see. Okay, as of now, I am being a bit lucky. Ah, nice. Ooh, I just passed below it. Ah, and just as I was saying that rock perfectly landed in front of my vehicle and I smashed him. And it broke the engine. Anyway, let's go to the next feature. Now, for the vehicles, I've gone way lower numbers. I put 34 vehicles and half the radius of spawning, because vehicles are way heavier on the PC than rocks. So, I'm already stuck to an H series. Okay, let's go. Ah! I can't even start. Oh my god. With vehicles is a little bit easier to handle the situation. because vehicles are lighter and softer to hit, so you can get away with stuff like that way more often than not. If that was a rock, I would have been dead, completely bananaed and destroyed. But I'm still driving, not perfectly, terribly actually, but I was still driving. So Covet, please go away from my car. No. Okay, 10 seconds. I did a lot of damage. The first hit I received, and I'm stuck. It's pretty difficult to drive like this, so let's respawn a little bit. And let's try to accelerate away from this situation. Whew. Whew. It's difficult. If you have shadows enabled, you can predict a little bit where the vehicles are going to fall, because you see the shadows in the sky before the vehicles arrive. But since I don't have a very powerful PC and I don't use shadows, I can see. So vehicles sometimes hit a bumper. Vehicles sometimes can just hit my vehicle, and by surprise, let's say. So if I stay here for like 10 seconds, probably I'm gonna get hit. Let's see. While I am enjoying some cars falling from the sky. Oh, I got lucky. Almost hit. Yeah, a little bit of damage. But as you can see, I probably still drive pretty well. Okay, now I have to dodge all the vehicles. Please despawn. Thank you. Of course, they still do damage, but minimal damage compared to some rocks. Of course, if a vehicle perfectly lands on the engine, it's probably going to kill it. The most difficult part of the rain of cars is the debris, because as of now the debris has done more damage to me than the vehicle in its entirety. And these are simplified vehicles, so for example doors don't come off, so there is less debris around. And if you use the fully detailed vehicles, ouch! Nice hit! That lands the landing on... Oh, a B-50! Bye! I forgot what I was saying because I saw that B-50 and I had to hit it. Anyway, I think this is enough for the first rain of cars. And let's see what awaits next. Now that I'm safe from falling rocks and cars and I can drive a little bit around, I enabled the explode nearby vehicles. And let's see. And the Grand Marshal is destroyed. Hehehe, you wanted to do a little drive and you're dead. Let's see the next vehicle. It's still a Grand Marshal. Bye! So these options just makes the vehicle collapse on themselves. It's just as the same when you go and click for your vehicle explode. But there is also the difference between simplified vehicles and standard vehicles, and as you can see, these are all simplified vehicles, because if you have the normal vehicles, they would also catch fire, the doors will come off, there will be a lot more debris around, so the frames will be dying. It will be faster to go around a photo book. But it's still funny because they all lose wheels, bumpers, and some body panels, and just like that you can enjoy a little drive. You can also change the radius of this damage. You can put as well. The stock is 100 meters. You can also enable for longer distances. But with higher distances, it's less fun because as you go, all the vehicles are already broken. Ah! Not perfect. The best part of this option is to go near vehicles. Not as much, not as for hitting them, but you just pass by them and they die. It's fun. Let's go on this tunnel with broken vehicles because 100 meters they all die. Oh! What? What? Okay. What? What? I've never seen that. Okay. Nice. But I think that's a perfect showcase of the exploding vehicles. Now, the force field, we already add that into the game. When you enabled the option, it just pushes away vehicles. You can also make it that it pulls vehicle towards you, but even at -1, which is the first multiplier for the pulling vehicles toward you, they are too fast and they hit you and destroy you almost instantly, and that's not the best balancing. But the fun of this mod is when you combine the settings. Now I have the force field at 1, so it's the minimum force field. We have exploding vehicles at 12 meters, and then we have again the rock rain, 100 rocks, and the traffic. So now I will apply, it will take a minute, and then we will have fun. Okay, everything is ready. Let's see. So, why this is fun? This is fun because now you will never get hit by anything falling from the sky, and you will push vehicles in front of you and the rocks that are falling against other vehicles. And I think this is pretty fun. Just like that, I pushed that rock against that covet, and I think it was a pretty nice hit by me and the force field. Oof! Of course, if you go too fast, that was close. If you go too fast, you can still get damage on the rocks and on the vehicles, because the force field it's at 1 out of 10 of power, so the minimum required to work. But look at that. I'm still pushing debris, vehicles, and rocks. Ah, almost. That was close, that this series got annihilated. Let's see, the parked vehicles, bye-bye. Ooh, that side hit on the sunburst. Ah, bastion. That was close. And as you can see, I still haven't received any damage. I'm driving pretty fast. Of course, you can drive too fast because you will hit all the dead vehicles. Sometimes it happens that they pile up on a rocks or on a solid object, like a side barrier and stuff like that, because rocks are heavy. So if you have like, for example, 6-7 rocks all together, maybe it's a little bit heavier for the force field. It needs a while to push them. But even bigger rocks that will destroy a vehicle are somewhat easily pushed away. And I think this is pretty funny and entertaining if you have a decent enough PC, because my PC is handling decently. I tried the maximum and I had like 6 FPS with raining detailed vehicles, AI traffic, force field, and destroying them. So you have to balance the settings based on your PC. But if you can find a reasonable number of items you can have, it's pretty funny. And as you can see, it can create some funny situation. Bye bye. Ooh, that bounce on the rock. Of course, you have to settle for a little bit less frames, but I think it's still manageable and enough to have fun. Ooh, the series, bye bye. They also break, and it's awesome. Like that, for example, my game crashed. So sometimes it can be a little bit heavy on the PC, but if you have a good PC, you are safe from that. Or if you have a low-end PC, just lower the numbers and do what you can. Now I want to demonstrate why the negative force field could be a nice idea, but still needs a little bit of work. Now I was at 0 force field, and I'm going to put it at -1, the first step in the pulling vehicles. So I'm going to apply. I'm not touching anything, so I'm pretty safe. There isn't anyone. And I already attracted a side mirror. Let's drive towards a vehicle. Oof, and like that. I can't do anything anymore. I'm not touching the controller. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, I wasn't touching anything. So if I restart and I try to drive again, since this force field has a wide range and you can't change that, and it smashes vehicles on you and you can't do anything anymore. That's why. If it didn't have that much power, that would have been nice, like for example escaping from a vehicle that is going to blow up, or rocks falling like that. Look at that, we are flying. How are we flying? Why? Okay, and now we sandwiched. Meh. So, in case I want to push a 30-ton steel coil against a bus at 10 force field multiplier, I can do it by simply clicking and catapulting that coil against the poor bus that will get annihilated. Look at that. So, if you have some fantasy, you can create something funny. Just remember that when you change vehicles, it deactivates the force field. So if now I am to drive up to the bus, my green went over. I really like this vehicle. The force field is disabled. Look at, as you can see, the bus is not going anywhere. Just by changing vehicles, it deactivates. So just remember this detail, and you can create something funny. For example, throwing big weights against other vehicles. Anyway, this was a quick look at the Chaos mod. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.